Hello everyone, we are back with another episode.
That's right. Next come the heavy artillery, presidential more like Michelle, not Hillary, feel me?
Salutations, greetings. What's up, y'all? So, about to get right into it. Just gonna give you guys a little recap of how my week went. It was not a bad week. I think last time I spoke to you guys, I was saying happy Mother's Day to all the moms. I hope you guys had a great, wonderful Mother's Day. This week, it wasn't that eventful. I did get a lot done though over the weekend. And this weekend in New York is really nice. Make sure that you guys get out and go enjoy the weather. It's gonna be in like the 80s and even 90s on some days. So yeah, make sure you guys go out and enjoy that. Enjoy the weather. Next weekend is Memorial Weekend. Well, actually this weekend, sorry, my apologies. What I wanted to talk about is the more black people do it, the more it doesn't matter. And when I say that, I'm meaning just the more black people that get degrees, the more degrees don't matter. The more that black people find out about stocks, the more that stocks don't matter. Also, excuse my hair. It's been a crazy week. I'm getting that done next week. But I'm just like, I'm trying to wear my natural hair more. I actually love my natural hair. I just am annoyed by doing it because it's so much work, even to get it into a bun. But anyway, back to the topic. So there's also been like a huge discourse going around with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, and doctor, we use that term very loosely when it comes to her. She's just, even before this whole thing has been happening with her, where people telling her to prove that she's a doctor and all of this, I've already been very leery about the woman. I feel like, how are you using the word doctor? You don't want to prove that you are a doctor. You've never been a doctor. You never even had a license. You were on shows, and that's the thing though. It's not really all the way her fault, because how was she on shows like Teen Mom and Basketball Wives, and she's actually giving information, like she's giving therapy to these people, and she don't even know like what the fuck she's probably even really talking about, guys, So, but I had caught her in the lie back when she was on. See, the thing is that when you're speaking to multiple people over the course of a long period of time, you have to make sure that your story stays consistent throughout. So she was just on all of these platforms, all of these podcasts, saying different things. And one day I caught her saying one thing on one podcast, and then she said something totally different on another podcast. And that's when I caught her, and this was some months back. But now she just put herself in the hot seat. And the reason why I'm even bringing her up as it ties into the whole topic is because she said that she does not need a licensure or degrees to do the work that she does. Mind you, she was claiming to be a therapist. I believe it was like only just a year or two ago, and you do need degrees and licensures to do that. And it's like when black people, whether you're a man or a woman, downplay that you don't need something to do something, I feel like it's like a slap in the face to people who did go to school and did take the proper route to get to where they need to be. Like, she is essentially a part of the problem. I don't feel like you should be in that field and not have the proper credentials. She needs that, especially to do the type of work that she does, And back to the topic, the more black people that have degrees, the more that it doesn't matter. It's like now all of a sudden, to get like a regular entry level job now where it's paying like 40 to 50,000 a year, you need a degree. And a lot of the times they know that when you're coming out of college and you have the degree, you don't always have the experience. So even having a degree coming out of school, you don't always get the job that you might want or the job that you're deserving of because you don't have the experience. And nowadays, like I said, the more black people that have it, the more it doesn't matter. It's like they're just using the fact that you got a degree to put you in the category of, oh, you know how to stay consistent with something. They don't necessarily take the fact that you got a degree as, oh, you're super intelligent in every case. So sometimes it's just, oh, she has a degree, she knows how to stick it out with the program or something that she's doing. She knows how to stay in school for 4 years or 6 years or whatever the case may be. And I'm pretty sure the more black people that start getting degrees, the more they're gonna make it harder in the job field for us to get certain jobs, because it's like, damn, now all of these black people are getting degrees. Like, it's not too hard anymore. They really want to make something of themselves, whereas opposed to maybe a few years back, it was mainly like other races that had the degrees and we didn't have that. So now that we're getting that, they're going to make it seem as if you having a degree, it just isn't anything. It's nothing that you have that. Like, we don't care that you have a degree. What else do you have? Black people we have to perform at a very high level to even be noticed next to other people's mediocrity. That's how I feel. But I feel like we need to continue getting those degrees. We need to continue breaking barriers, because black people are great and we do great things when we put our minds to it. We're very creative. We created a lot of things that people use, like different inventions. There are movies based on the amazing things that black men and women have done. We've built skyscrapers, roads, railroads. We've just done so much, and I don't feel like anything that we've done should be discredited. I definitely feel like we need to continue to show people that we ain't playing that. We're going to continue to do what it is that we have to do in this world, because if we don't think highly of ourselves, nobody will. Nobody fights for black people the way that we should get fought for. And also that has to start with us, but I've never seen so much of, oh, it doesn't matter, until black people started getting degrees and black people started getting certain jobs and just doing certain things. Like, when black people really figure out the stock market the way we're supposed to, watch that shit. Every stock is gonna be like $100-something a stock. Like, I'm mad that I didn't start investing in stocks earlier on, because there's a lot of money to be made in that. You want to definitely have your money in different areas. And when I see things online, like with Dr. Bryant and her this is my thing. If you're somebody that's proud of your accomplishments and the degrees that you've gotten, you're not going to shy away from showing that to the world. Like, why continue to do all of these interviews and press runs and things like that, knowing that you're going to put yourself into the line of fire and people want to see you prove yourself now? So you should be showing your degrees, showing the things that you've done, aside from doing all of these press runs and podcasts, because she said that that's the proof. But no, it's really not the proof. Anybody can go on a podcast. How are you licensed and credentialed to give this type of advice to other people that are also struggling? So I feel like show your degree, show your licensing, show all of that stuff. We should never feel like the things that we've done aren't good just because you see a woman online saying that she doesn't need it or it's not really necessary in a certain space, and you see her as being so successful. Yes, you can be successful without degrees and licensing and certain knowledge. Yes, you can. But why not apply yourself? The whole thing is that you want to give yourself a better chance in this life to do and get the things that you want and get to where you need to go. So if you know that being more knowledgeable on something is going to get you a step further than if you don't have the knowledge, then you're going to learn about it. If you know that there's a place that's willing to take you on and hire you, but you need a degree or license to get that job, then that's what you're gonna do. All of these things that we can get and obtain, they only help us at having a better chance of getting to where we need to go. So I feel like get those degrees, get those licenses, keep applying yourself as a Black person. Stick to the plan, not your move. That's my biggest thing. That's my biggest punchline with life. And I am a very moody person. So I have to wake up and I have to literally push myself a lot of the times with certain things because I don't always feel like doing stuff. Like there's some days where I don't feel like being productive. Like I just want to just relax. I don't always want to wake up and know that I have to punch in, or that I have to do errands, or that I have to cook, like just different things. But you know, it's important that we apply ourselves and that we get the job done at the end of the day. I am curious to see in about another 5 to 10 years what they are saying when it comes to Black people in the job market, being that we are going to school and we're doing what we have to do to stay relevant and recognized in the job field and the job market. However, I know that those numbers are, everything's gonna all depend now on AI. You know, with AI coming into play, a lot of people just in general just aren't gonna have certain jobs. So I don't really think that it's gonna even matter. I don't think it's gonna matter in 5 to 10 years if more Black people have degrees, as much as it's gonna matter that AI can take over a lot of the jobs that once required you to have a degree. You know, they're gonna be cutting costs at a lot of these companies and corporations. So with AI coming in, I feel like we all need to be on our P's and Q's. You need to self-employ as well, invest, and learn how to be your own boss, especially in this day and age, you know? So that is very crucial. But guys, I really wanted to just jump on real quick, holla at y'all, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button, okay? Don't forget to subscribe, especially if you're watching. And I will chat with you guys next week. Peace outie.